Argument and introduction. In order to understand what is an argument, let us first understand what it is not. Argument is not a quarrel or fight. The moment we think about an argument, the first thing that comes to mind is a heated disagreement, rising pulse rate, and urge to slam doors and scream. We relate argument to anger and hostility. But in reality, argument does not imply anger. In fact, argument is a creative and productive activity that engages us at high level of inquiry and critical thinking. A good argument helps seek possible solutions to a problem. Argument is not a pro-con debate. Another popular image of an argument is that of a debate. A debate is a formal contest of argumentation in which two opposing teams defend and attack a given proposition. A formal debate can develop critical thinking, however, its weakness is that it can turn argument into a game of winners and losers, rather than a process of cooperative inquiry. Argument, on the other hand, is not a game. Neither is there any competition to be won. Argument requires extensive critical thinking, study, and truth-seeking inquiry. Argument is not about attacking your opponents, impressing your audience, or denying facts. The goal of an argument is to study both sides of the issue to formulate an honest understanding of the matter, to propose the best possible solution, and to support that solution or claim with strong reasons and evidence. An argument can either be explicit or implicit. An explicit argument states directly a controversial claim and supports it with reasons and evidence to persuade its audience towards a certain point of view. This is the kind of argument we usually read in different forms of print and online sources. Even the essays you will write for this course will be explicit arguments where you make an argumentative claim and then support it with reasons and evidence coming from research. An implicit argument, on the other hand, does not look like an argument. It may be a bumper sticker, a billboard, a poster, a photograph, a cartoon, a vanity license plate, or a slogan on a t-shirt. Regardless of the medium, like an explicit argument, an implicit argument tries to persuade its audience towards a certain point of view. There are three defining features of an argument. Number one, an argument requires justification of claims. Any and all reasons provided within an argument have to be clarified and supported with reliable evidence. For example, consider the following scenario. A young person racing for the front door says to the parent, "But, see you later." The parent asks, "What time are you planning on coming back home?" Young person, "We have discussed this before. I will be back by 2 a.m. Parent, "We never discussed this." Young person, "Yes, we did." At this point of the yes-no stage of the exchange, we have a quarrel, not an argument. But if the conversation changes and provides details and reasons, we will move closer to an argument. Not a well-developed argument, but still an argument. Two necessary conditions that must be met before something can be called an argument are, number one, a set of two or more conflicting assertions, and number two, the attempt to resolve the conflict through an appeal to reason. But a good argument demands more than just meeting these two formal requirements. For the argument to be effective, the arguer is obligated to clarify and support the reasons presented. For example, it would be much stronger argument if the young person, instead of the yes-no exchange, reasoned, "I should be allowed to stay out until 2 on a trial basis because I need enough freedom to demonstrate my maturity and show you I won't get into trouble. The second defining feature of an argument is that it is both a process and a product. Argument can be viewed as a process in which two or more parties try to seek the best possible solution to a question or a problem. This process includes the time and effort put into bringing together information, facts, and details to support a claim. Argument can also be viewed as a product, the product being the final piece you put together after going through the process of gathering information for the argument. Product can be a short informal discussion, a formal speech, or an academic argumentative paper. The third defining feature of an argument is that an argument combines truth-seeking and persuasion. Persuasion means to win over to a belief. In an effort to find the best possible solution, an arguer will find herself continually moving back and forth between truth-seeking and persuasion. That is, between questions about the subject matter and the audience. What is the best solution to a given problem? What do my readers already believe or value? What reasons and evidence will most persuade them? So you weave your argument back and forth between subject and audience, but with a varying degrees of emphasis. The goal is to seek the best or most just solution to a problem while observing all available evidence, listening with an open mind to the views of all stakeholders, clarifying and attempting to justify your values and assumptions, and taking responsibility for your argument. A strong argument should not only seek truth and persuade, it should also take into consideration refutation and concession. Refutation allows an arguer to introduce diverse views and then respectfully demonstrate why he or she disagrees with those views. In refuting, don't just look at the opponent's conclusion. Look beyond the conclusion and examine the reasons provided by the opposing side. See if they really hold up under questioning. Check the reliability of the sources provided by the opposition. Check and make sure that the statistics provided by the other side are not misleading. Look for fallacies and analyze other rhetorical elements. Attacking the other side's reasons is harder than attacking their conclusion, because you have to listen much harder and really understand what the other side is saying. But attacking the other side's reason is also often more effective. If you find yourself agreeing with a point that supports another side of the issue, you can benefit from offering concession. Concession is an argumentative strategy by which a speaker or writer acknowledges the validity of an opponent's point. By agreeing with opponents on one or more specific points, you demonstrate that you are fair-minded. You increase your credibility and the likelihood that opponents will find merit in your argument. Concession allows for different opinions and approaches to come together to formulate a better understanding of the issue.